Hello, brothers. I'm excited to come to you today to announce a project that our Board of Chapter Advisors has been working on, discussing since April, which is to formally launch a scholarship fund for the Iota Chi chapter of Phi Gamma Delta. As many of you know, we relaunched our 9-member BCA back in late March, which has been meeting monthly in support of things like Pig Dinner and finishing out the strong 2025 academic year. At the start of this summer, we began discussing the idea of the scholarship fund, and in June, we unanimously agreed to move forward with formally creating the Iota Chi Scholarship Fund. So, what does that mean? Giving back to the chapter isn't a new concept. We've certainly seen other fundraising efforts in the past, but this initiative takes things a few steps further. For starters, we've partnered with the Phi Gamma Delta Education Foundation to have this fund legally created and managed within Fiji's existing 501c3 charitable organization. So all donations to the Iota Chi Scholarship Fund are tax deductible, while also being ring-fenced specifically for our chapter. All donations will flow through the Education Foundation, and scholarships will be granted directly back to the active brothers for them to put towards things like their tuition, books, room and board, in hopes of offsetting the cost of annual membership dues, which will be about $1,400 per member in the year ahead. Second, because this fund is set up through the Phi Gamma Delta Education Foundation, we can all feel confident that these funds will contribute towards the ongoing prosperity of our chapter and its members in accordance with the rules and regulations of charitable organizations. And lastly, the legal agreement that established the Iota Chi Scholarship Fund dictates that scholarships will be granted based on clearly defined criteria such as grades and leadership, and will ensure that these funds are supporting active brothers who are doing the right things, and that the Iota Chi Scholarship Fund is investing in the future leaders of tomorrow. So while I'm excited to share the work that our BCA has done to establish the Iota Chi Scholarship Fund, I know what you're all thinking: money. I have two thoughts on this front. So first, the Iota Chi chapter is in a unique point in its lifetime, having recently celebrated its 43rd year at UC Irvine. In fraternity years, our chapter is still quite young, but in human years, we have alumni that are now approaching retirement for the first time, and brothers that are beginning to enjoy the fruits of their long and successful careers. And second thought here is that, as I shared at Pig Dinner, I'd be willing to bet that participation in Phi Gamma Delta has inspired many of you to strive for excellence, and I think many of us would agree that Phi Gamma Delta has created incremental prosperity that each of us would not have obtained if it wasn't for this organization. So to that end, I am eternally grateful and over the moon to share that graduate brother Michael Mueller has agreed to launch the scholarship fund with a very generous $30,000 endowment, which enables us to meet the minimum amount required to have the fund invested and grown through the Education Foundation's defined investment strategy. So massive thank you to Michael Mueller. But that endowment comes with an ask of the rest of our Iota Chi and Orange County Fiji graduate communities. So starting this month, we're kicking off a fundraising campaign to at least match the $30,000 that Michael has committed to contribute to the Iota Chi Scholarship Fund. The good news is we already have another $10,000 contributed to the fund from several passionate graduate brothers. So we're already off to an amazing start, but we need to broaden our donor base in order to achieve our goals and for the launch of this fund. To honor the graduate brothers who helped provide these initial contributions, we're going to be purchasing a custom plaque that will memorialize all the names of brothers who have contributed at least $100 before the end of this calendar year. We're going to unveil that plaque at Pig Dinner 2026, which I'm excited to share. Save the date is expected to be at Costa Mesa Country Club again on Saturday, May 2nd. Not officially confirmed yet, but you can pencil that into your calendars. And after that dinner, that plaque will reside in the Iota Chi Fiji House going forward. So we'll have a few more follow-up communications about the Iota Chi Scholarship Fund in the weeks and months ahead, but thank you so much to the brothers who have already made this initiative an early success, and thanks in advance to those of you who are willing and able to contribute to the initial launch of the Iota Chi Scholarship Fund. I'm very confident that this is going to create a significant, sustained, and lasting impact on our Iota Chi chapter. So Perge, and wishing you all a great summer.